Guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of building a Honda Civic with a D series engine right about 650 horsepower. Just to give you a little another review, we're going to be building the Civic step by step. I'm going to be explaining everything. I'm going to be explaining why I decided to go with certain parts, why I decided to go with certain builders. I'm going to do as many installation videos as I can, but right now it's the moment of truth. Is the moment to reveal what chassis I'm going to be using for this build. Now let me tell you this, everybody that knows me knows I would be using a Honda CRX. That's my favorite Honda platform. I've owned several of them. I actually, if you saw my introduction, I actually still own my first ever Honda, which was a 1991 Honda CRX SI, black in color. That's what actually triggered to do this build. Unfortunately, the vehicle is in Puerto Rico. That's where I'm native from. I currently live in Texas. Vehicle doesn't have an engine. I brought the engine here to Texas to continue on the build. So it's not a Honda CRX. I was looking for close to a year for a CRX, a chassis, a rolling shell, a running car that was actually worth working on, or not even worth working on, because every single CRX is worth working on. Something that wasn't going to break the budget. I wanted to spend as much money as I had on the engine, on the build, making the vehicle fast. I didn't want to spend half of the budget, 3/4 of the budget in making the car streetable, fixing wiring harnesses, doing body work, so on and so forth. So, just to tell you a quick story, finally found a Honda CRX that I thought, from pictures, from conversations with the guy, I thought it was gonna be worth getting. Negotiated a price with the guy. I told the guy 3 or 4 times, listen, I am gonna be driving with a trailer for about 4 hours to come get this car. Please, don't do anything that's gonna make me not get this car. Don't disappear of me. Let's make this deal happen. I need the car. I need it for a project. I explained what I was doing, and he completely agreed that it was gonna, he was gonna stick to his word. So take the day off from work. My buddy took the day off from his job, got in on my truck with a trailer at about 7 in the morning, start driving, get there midday. Guy's been communicating all day, asking me where you at, how far along are you, so on and so forth. Finally get to Laredo, Texas. With my trailer. Tell the guy, hey, listen, I'm in Laredo. My GPS said I'm about 20 minutes from your house. Guy went blank. Showed up to the front of his house with my trailer. Guy never came out. Car was nowhere to be seen. So it was one of two things. Either the guy got a better offer, or simply there was no car and it was it was going to be some sort of setup or whatsoever. He expected me to be by myself, and that didn't happen. I got off the car, so what he was going to deal with or whatsoever, and it never panned out. So finally, 2 weeks after that, friend of mine sends me a text message and tells me, listen, I found this car. I know it's not a Honda CRX. Body is great. Vehicle, it's as unmolested as you're going to get a Honda Civic these days. I think it's worth a shot. So I called the guy, tell them, listen, I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna head down there right now. Took the day off. I mean, I took the rest of the day off. Went and meet with the guy. The vehicle was everything that my buddy said, and I got it. You know, got it. Vehicle has been between this garage, which is now outside because, like I said, I'm recording videos. Between this garage and in front of my house, HOA making me move it and whatsoever. You know, it's been there. Let me show you. You know, let me quickly show you what I got. So let me switch the camera real quick. Give me just a second. So here you go, guys. This is what I bought. It's a 1996 Honda Civic SI Coupe. I know it's not a hatch. It's not a 92, 95 hatch, but that's what everybody has. And it's not really what I wanted, what I was aiming for. What I'm aiming for is a super fast car that I could actually put my car seat back there, take my son out to Cars and Coffee, you know, race it in a couple of events. So this is what we came for. Listen, guys, I paid $400 for this car. Chassis is completely straight, and like the best thing about it is this car was it was in an apartment complex. This guy had bought it from an older lady. Never, I guess it was his son, her sons or something like that, but they had never done much to it. If you look at it, it has a catback exhaust. I've already been in there, you know, been under the car. It's actually it's not a catback exhaust. It's a full exhaust system. It's an Apexy brand, so not too bad. It's a 3-inch at least, so it might be something that I might consider using later. Neat thing about this is it came with those Koenig wheels, old school, which it might be something, to be honest, that I might have powder coat later on and just use it when I'm using the vehicle on the street. Doors open and close perfectly. You know, chassis is, like I said, chassis is in great shape. We already inspected it. The body of the car is complete. I might need to, I will need to get front fenders, but actually that same person got me some front fenders same color. I actually have them in the back part of the car. The fenders are good, which is something real nice, because if I decide to go through, you know, if I decide to go to a wider tire, I could actually, you know, weld those lips on it and make a you know, wide fender with it without having to go with the 3-piece, which is nothing that I'm planning on doing. If you look, the door has a couple of dings, but I do have a brand new door. Well, not a brand new door, but a door in the same color green, which is perfect. All I have to do is swap. It's an EX door, so I could do, you know, I could just move it along. And now, the reason I bought this car, you know, body, I'm gonna fix it. I already had it that I got from another project. Check this out. There are not too many unmolested D16s Y8s. Let me put the hood latch real quick. Give me just a second. Look at this engine bay. There are not too many D16 Y8s like this around anymore. Everything has either a poorly done B swap, unfinished K swap. If you find something with a D16 Y8, at some point it was a B swap, so they messed with the wiring harness. You know, you know what I mean. I've never touched this car. You've seen You've seen, you know, the body, engine base clean, wiring harness. Look at that wiring harness. You know, everything unmolested. No cam gears. Factory covers are there. So it has a 4.2-to-1 header that it looks like something generic, nothing done to it, nothing, you know, nothing super fancy. I really couldn't care less for it. You know, stock radiator, AC actually works on this thing, which I'm gonna take the AC off, but eventually, if I ever, you know, when I get a CRX, I could use the AC system, retrofit it, and make it work. Most of them out there are gonna be, you know, you're not gonna find too many with you're not gonna find too many with everything in there. So battery has never been relocated, never had an oil catch can, factory fuel filter, factory fuel regulator. The car turns on, has a little, I want to say, might have a little knock on it, but I don't care. It's getting a brand new engine anyways. It's sitting on coilovers. As far as I know, I haven't gotten them out, but they look like D2 coilovers. It's been sitting for a while, so they're dirty. Interior is actually, it's dirty. It's been, like I said, it's been sitting in front of my house for a year now. For about a year. It was probably sitting on this person's house for maybe a year or two, who knows. Odometer shows 250,000 miles, and I did check the this D16 Y8. It is a factory engine, you know, never been worked. He has a imitation carbon fiber shift knot. They had a real nice radio on it. For me to negotiate the $400 for the car, I let him keep the radio. I really, you know, couldn't care less for it. It even came with a service manual there, or Haynes book, one of those disassembly books, which brings back a lot of memories, because back when I was 18, that's everything that I used to do mechanic work on my cars. Sunroof works, everything works, man. So, you know, just to give you an idea, this is what's going to be rocking the streets in about 6 months. I even got 50/50 headlights, and if I pop the trunk, the factory headlights are there. Don't worry about the license plates. Those license plates are not mine, or they're the previous owner, and they've been already taken off the DMV. You know, I already have the title under my name, and I have brand new plates. I work for a dealership, so, you know, that's something that was fairly easy. Of course, the car will get repainted in the same color, unless, you know, in the next 6 months something changes and I decide to go into something else. Now, guys, you've seen the car. Like I said, it's not what everybody's using out there. I've seen plenty of coupes going very fast with B series, D series, K series out there. Remember, this is gonna be a D16 with about 650 horsepower. That's the goal we're shooting for. Not a hatch. Sorry, I just don't do what everybody's doing. I know it's the lightest chassis. It's the lightest. It gets suspension support from every manufacturer out there. You know, sway bars, drag bars, traction bars. You know, but I like the coupe. I like the idea that I could take my family on it, go to Cars and Coffee, go to a meet, take it for a quick drive out there, track it, put it in the trailer, track it, go to any event out there. Now, So first video was the introduction. Second video, you know, just a quick reveal of the car. Now is when we're gonna get very technical. I'm actually plan to record another video, you know, right after this. I'm gonna be recording my first video. Is gonna be, of course, revealing what block exactly I'm gonna be using, and I'm gonna be explaining if I'm gonna go stock sleeves, if I'm gonna do block guards, if I'm gonna do cylinder management systems, you know, a CSS, if I'm gonna do full-blown sleeves, why I decided to go with the manufacturer I went, how much all of them cost, and cost is something that impacted most of my decisions out there. Not most, but a lot of my decisions. Cost is a major factor, and in which I decided to do certain things, and I decided to do to make some decisions. So stay tuned for the next video. It should be at the worst, it's gonna be dropping tomorrow. Basically, once again, block's gonna be on the engine stand. I'm gonna be explaining why I decided to go with what I decided to go. I'm gonna tell you how much a block guard how much a block guard situation, you know, a block guard build is gonna cost, how much a CSS build is gonna cost, how much, you know, doing all kinds of cylinder management systems out there, or the Darton sleeves, Golden Eagle sleeve, MID sleeves, so on. What are their purposes? How much they, you know, how much power can they hold? Myths about block guards, so on and so forth. Guys, if you like what you see, subscribe. Like I said, now is when we're going to get very serious, very geeky. It's a term that everybody, because I really like to talk about tensile strength, gapping, yeah, measuring O-rings, measuring rings, measuring piston rings, getting bearings right, so on and so forth. If you like what you see, subscribe. Page is Man Media TV on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And let's get serious. Let's build a very fast car. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one.